Hi YouTube, it's me, the Shy Pianist, or you may know me as Donald of the for War Games. Going to be bringing you another deck profile. So this is deck 15 Shizero. This is going to be a Symphony Djinn deck, which is also, as mentioned with my deck 14. This is one of those decks that didn't do so well moving over to Master Rule 4, but generally because like the entire deck was to focus on XYZ summoning once per each turn to get out one of the band members. But I thought I'd do another deck profile on these sort of fun decks for you guys as well. So first and foremost, this deck is made for fun. Take it as you will, and also the card sleeves are bigger than the actual Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So bearing with that in mind, let's get into it. Deck 15, Shizero. Okay, and so we're starting straight off, playing Triple Goblin Bug. This is your sort of go-to, one of your go-to monsters to special summon out onto the field, or normal summon, and to then special summon another monster to the field, and obviously you just spend out another level 4 on the field. Next we have Trident Warrior. So Trident Warrior is basically in the same sense, but you special summon a level 3 monster from your hand. Arguably making it like less worse than Goblin Bug on that. Next we play 2 Heroic Challenger Extra Sword. So this is its effect is if an XYZ monster summoned using this card as a XYZ material, it gains this effect. When it's XYZ summoned, it gains 1000 attack. Now generally for this the Djinn monsters, they are pretty weak in attack, so that's why Extra Sword just gives that extra boost in that sense, just helps out those monsters further down the line. Next we play 2 Marauding Captain. You can play this at 3 as well, but it's also one of those when you normal summon, you special a level 4 or lower from your hand. Admittedly, it's got the additional protection that if your opponent cannot target face-up warrior monsters for attacks except for this one, and obviously you have if you're having the 2, your opponent can't attack any of your warrior monsters. So that's really now in that sense. Next we have the 1 Junk Forward. I think this was seen in play in some decks where you have no monsters special on this card from your hand, and then using, I think it was for the Assault and the Goki plays and that sort of thing, and you just start with combos like that. So it's a great level 3 to just special summon for free. Next we play free Feedback Warrior. When this card is normal or special summoned, you can target one face-up monster you control, make its level becomes level 3, or it becomes level 3. Now the thing with this is that it misses timing with Goblin Bug, because after the Goblin Bug is normal summon, you special summon this, but then after that you switch Goblin Bug to defense, meaning you will miss timing with Feedback Warrior. But with Trident Warrior, if you normal summon this, special summon this, and since there's nothing else that resolves, Feedback Warrior can then use its effect to make Trident Warrior a level 3. Next, we play 3 Shine Knight. So, Shine Knight, this card is level 4 whilst in face-up defense position. So, it's great utility on the fact that it can be a level 3 or level 4 for the deck. So, with Trident Warrior, you can make a rank 4. Obviously, you summon with Marauding Captain, you can make a rank 3. Or, Goblin Bug can make a rank 4. So, it's the fact that it's able to be flexible in what its level is really nice to have for the deck. Next we have for 1 Kagemusha Knight, when you normal summon a level 3 monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. This cannot be used as a synchro material monster. So one of the earlier ones released when XYZ mechanic was a thing, obviously you summon level 3, special summon this out. It's great on that part. And to round up the monsters, I have the 1 Marshmallow. Just a sort of defensive, easy if you to set, or just special summon with like a Marauding Captain and just make a rank 3 play. So that's pretty much that on that part. So that's the monster lineup. Next we have the spells. Obviously, like the Synchro deck, play Triple Mind Control. Just simply because take control of the level 3 or level 4 and just use it to XYZ summon. Pretty much enough said on that. We're now up to play too brain control, because obviously the level 3s and level 4s that you'll be taking most of the time, if not all the time, will be can be normal summoned or set. So just brain control. You can play this at 3. Just gives you more options to take your opponent's monsters. We just play the one rotor because a lot of the tire deck is warriors. You can also play Tin Goldfish instead of Goblin Bug to sort of maximize use of like the feedback warrior, but I feel like Goblin Bug is better used because the entire deck is warrior and gives you such potential for that too. And as well as we're playing the 2 warrior turning live, pretty much you just can recur anything, and obviously except for the marshmallow, and then the extra deck itself is mainly themed, so you just recur the stuff that you just want to have. We have the 1 Star Changer, and obviously, this is generally sort of just a tech of like you just choose what you want to get out, or what rank you need. But most of the time, you won't need it as a hassle or issue, so that's pretty fun on that part. 1 double summon, or you can play this at 2 or 3. Just to up the chances. That you just need to want to spam the board, make a link 2, and then make a rank monster afterwards. And then some. We have the 1 overlay regen, because your XYZ monsters could do with extra material on that part, which is really nice to have to build their fraud effects. The 1 ego boost. Now this is generally just to pump up your own monsters, but can be used in conjunction with one of my good old faithful Magic Cylinder, where you can actually activate Magic Cylinder and chain with ego boost, inflicting more damage to your opponent. But ego boost is generally for your XYZs, because they are generally pretty weak on that part. And obviously we have the 1 Monster Reborn, the 1 Raigeki, and the 1 Mystical Space Typhoon. You can probably play Twin Twisters, but it's just not ideal when you're using a lot of the cards in your hand for resources and to special summon onto your side of the field. So that is it for the spells. For the traps, we have the 2 XYZ Reborn. Just revive a XYZ monster in your grave and attach this to as a material. It's very nice on that part. 2 XYZ effect. When you XYZ summon, target 1 card you're on the field, destroy it. And then we just some generic stuff. 1 Mirror Force, the 1 Magic Cylinder, and the 1 Core of the Haunted. Generally, like the Magic Cylinder, Mirror Force is just to protect your monsters, and the Core of the Haunted is just to recur what you want to your side of the field. Onto the extra deck, we have the main boss man himself. I played triple Maestro Symphony Djinn. Back then, just if you can just spam this guy out, it was very good. So for those who don't actually know what he does, his effect reads as, it's just 2 level 4 monsters, so once per turn, detach 1 material from this card, target 1 face-up attack position monster your opponent controls, change it to face-down defense position. If a face-up card, or face-up the Djinn XYZ monster you control would be destroyed, you can detach 1 XYZ material from that monster instead. So being in the boss, he basically gives a universal protection to all the Djinn XYZ monsters, and it's a good nice just a relatively nice Book of Moon effect. Onto the other Djinns, probably I guess a bit favoritism on this part. Humming the key Djinn. So its effect is when this card is special summoned, you can target 1 Djinn XYZ monster in your graveyard, special summon it, then you can attach up to 2 cards from your hand to it as materials. So it's really good, just like summon it, revive 1, and then attach 2 materials. Its other effect is once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card, target 1 Djinn XYZ monster you control, and then this turn it can attack your opponent directly. So obviously, have one of your Djinns, just attacking direct for game is really nice on that part. Next we play the 2 Melody the Brass Djinn, just 2 level 3s, once per turn, detach a material from this card, target 1 Djinn XYZ monster you control. This turn, that monster can attack twice during each battle phase. So obviously one of the best combinations, summon Humming, revive this, and then use effect target itself, and then its own effect target itself, so it attacks twice directly on that part. Next we have the two Riven, the string Djinn. During the damage step, while a Djinn XYZ monster you control is attacking an opponent's monster, you can detach one XYZ material from this card. The attacking monster's attack is doubled until the end phase. So you can use this effect once per turn. So generally, like, you know, you summon itself, it can just make itself a 3k beat stick on the attack. But as you can probably see, then if you can just double attack and do that sort of thing, it's just fun on that sense. Now I don't run the tempo percussion Djinn generally because I don't feel the attack boost is as great to just summon himself out, and then you kind of generally want to go for the other Djinns instead. So that's just my view on that. So for other XYZs, I played the one Zen Mines. It's probably one of the back in the day. It's just a more story option for the rank 3s. You can just go with like Break Sword, and then you got a good generic rank 3s on this part. And here we have some generic rank 4s that I personally prefer to play. Number 41 just for the stalling. Castel is just a great spot removal on that part, and Dark Rebellion. It was just as a form of beat stick, and obviously if you can just pump it up with the extra sword, it just becomes great on that. I did used to play number 101 Silent on the Arc, because you could just detach 2, steal 1, and then play overlay regen to it, and then next turn detach 2 and steal another one. It was just pretty fun on that part. And of course, because we are now Master Rule 4, we're going to just have some generic Link 2, so obviously beat Cop and Line Throw, just make it another appearance again. So that is it for the deck profile. So you can probably see, it's just very basic and fun to play. Obviously, if you're playing Master Rule 3 format, this is one of those decks that you can just have a good bit of fun with, and if you can just spam the board with your monsters. So yeah, that is it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and as always guys, happy dueling!